Ghana has reported South Africa to the African Union (AU) over recurring xenophobic attacks targeting African nationals, including Ghanaians living and doing business in the country. Accra says it has formally petitioned the AU to place the matter on the agenda of its 8th Media Coordination meeting next month. Accra says the move comes after complaints of harassment, intimidation and threats against Ghanaians living and doing business in South Africa, as periodic crackdowns and protests linked to immigration resurface. So far, the African Union itself has not issued a major public response to the latest attacks, with criticism growing over what some see as silence from the continental body on a recurring issue affecting African migrants.
Apartheid tried to isolate South Africa, but Africa refused to let South Africans fight alone. While black South Africans were being beaten, jailed, and killed, countries across the continent stood up and said, "Your fight is our fight." From 1948, apartheid turned South Africa into a prison for the black majority. Past laws controlled movement. Families were forced from their homes. Voting rights disappeared. But across Africa, resistance was growing. Kwame Nkrumah and Ghana became early voices against apartheid, pushing Pan-African unity against the regime. Nigeria poured money and political support into liberation movements, backed the African National Congress, and funded anti-apartheid campaigns across the continent. Tanzania, under Julius Nyerere, gave freedom fighters places to train. Zambia, led by Kenneth Kaunda, sheltered exiled activists and resistance leaders. Angola and Mozambique became front lines in the struggle against apartheid-backed forces. Even under pressure, Africa kept standing together. Leaders like Olusegun Obasanjo, Nyerere, and Kaunda pushed for sanctions, global pressure, and international support for Nelson Mandela and the anti-apartheid movement. When apartheid finally fell in 1994, it wasn't just South Africa's victory, it was Africa's victory. And that history still matters today. Because after everything Africa did for South Africa, xenophobia should never have a home there. Africa stood together then, and it must stand together now.